Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Monday to you with a sea of red. Let's go ahead and see if there's any trades worthwhile here at this point. Quick congrats to our community members. We have some really awesome trades open here right now. Bitcoin 20% short, 5 days near, and Rune both close to 30% in 3 days. AVAX short 30% in 5 days. So as I mentioned previously, testing that support level is not looking good. Okay, again, Solana and Filecoin, those are two longs that we took profits on over the weekend as well. But what I'm getting at here is this is an area of significant support in the past. Now that we've broken below that, area of significant resistance. So you can see pretty obvious the price comes up, just kidding, comes right back down. Granted, Bitcoin falling this morning didn't help any. Bitcoin's down 4 or 5% on the day. So generally speaking, that's not great, but that does factor in here, and those are things we want to kind of recognize, okay? So again, if you want to understand things a little bit better, cryptocash.tech is a site link down below if you want to be access those trade signals. We got a really cool trading community, and I also have, obviously, the more important reason to join would be my trading academy, so you can learn how to trade a little bit better. But look at this support liquidation here, 52.50, destroyed, okay? And that was over the weekend. I think that was sometime late last night, early this morning, and then the price action tries to recover, comes right back down. So we're seeing that resistance level at that 52.50 holding quite strong. So let's discuss what the big picture looks like here for this coin. Is it worth taking along at this next support level? We have $50 even as a close approximate, that 0.5 fib, letting us know that we have a support range that we're entering here. So this isn't perfect by any stretch, folks, but it is definitely something that we kind of want to be pay attention to, right? So this little support range could very well provide some benefit if the price continues any lower. Okay, so again, that's a more recent candlestick closure daily as well as candlestick high, which is once more to clarify, $50 to $48. So there's $48 to $50 is that range. We've talked about many times in the past being an important level for us. We are down below the 20-day SMA. That's generally considered or construed as bearish, but it doesn't mean that we've broken bearish. It just implies that we're moving down. We lost this descending trend line, or we're still descending with this trend line and lost an ascending trend, or in this case, a parallel low, which is that $53 support level that we lost. We are testing 50 on the RSI here, likely to break below. Keep in mind today's candlestick hasn't closed just yet, so there's that. And we also have money flow index very low. If we can hold 50 on the RSI and money flow bounce off that $20 mark, 20 range, then we could very well see the price swing back up. We do have stochastic trying to swing upwards, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it, folks. This is not pretty. It's not a great situation for AVAX. We're definitely lost our bottom here, and the next stop is either $48 or possibly even this support range of 43. So 43 to 48, I think, is inevitable for AVAX. So if you have your short position open in our community, keep it open. We're going to continue to take profits there. If you're considering a second short, it may be worthwhile considering. And let me just go ahead and see if there's a reason for it here. So 4-hour time frame, we've lost obviously that support level there. We are testing the 200-day SMA. We lose that, and our longer-term trend lines are effectively gone. Okay, so it's not good. We did also already lose our short-term trend lines with the bear flag. We talked about that on Friday. But at this point here, if we look at traditional indicators, we can see RSI and money flow index getting closer to their bottom. So there's no doubt we could see a bounce or a pivot off the $48 to $50 mark initially to kind of lead into this transition here. Okay, so keep in mind, we're in a situation right now where we could very well see a slight relief rally recovery if Bitcoin can kind of hold its current range. A lot of it's contingent on Bitcoin though, okay? Again, the reason why it dropped isn't exactly because of Bitcoin, but it's certainly pushing it a lot faster, okay? MACD is diverging, so there's zero reasons here to consider a long position, minus the fact that we have that overextension and that possible bounce off 30 for the RSI play. That's never a consideration to take a long position, by the way, though. Please do not consider that. It's very high risk. And if you're going to insist on taking a long or short at this right now, low leverage, low position sizing is probably the best way to go. It's a really good strategy in this case, so I highly recommend just being very careful with your positions, because if we look at HMOCA Cloud, even though it was range bound, it's a little less effective. We're still, seeing the lagging span free and clear the price action, conversion lines below the baseline. There's no reason to take a long position right now. You really should pretty much avoid long positions altogether in the market at this moment, because it's not looking pretty. We are hedging any longs we have potential with shorts. As you can see, we have about 5 or 6 shorts open that have taken profit, and I think we have 2 long positions that are still looking to find their bottom. Okay, so again, we could, if Bitcoin can't keep this current level at 68.5, there's a solid chance we're going to see the price action continue lower. So just be mindful and be ready for that. If that concerns you at all and you have an open long position, I'd really recommend consider closing it too. It's okay to close positions in a loss because, again, we have a tremendous amount of gains on the other side too. So if you're doing it right, you shouldn't be in a terrible space, and you should not be concerned about a couple of trades that aren't going your way if you are doing this correctly. The way you look at it, I know it's easier said than done, I get it, but you want to learn a lot more, again, kind of how to be able to mitigate or manage those losses and maximize your gains. CryptoCash.tech is a site linked down below. We do now have crypto payments available for annual memberships, so feel free to reference that as well if you can upgrade. You can decide to do that if you want. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something today. Last but not least, make sure you trade Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. We recommend them because there's no KYC or VPN required. Mexi Global is supposed to be requiring full KYC here in the near future. So just a heads up on that. I hope you learned something here today. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.